as an example. Many years ago, I used to fly a bird called a T-bird. Some of you older people in here might have done that. Do we have any T-bird pilots in here? Yeah, we got one, all right? Not too many of us around anymore. Where was the ejection handle? Sorry, down here by the ejection seat on the left side. Traffic pattern checklist was this. You get in a traffic pattern, you bring the power back, get the warning horn on, put the gear handle down, check the 3 indicators down, lock the warning horn out. And the last item on the checklist, reach back down and jiggle check that Hummer. The jiggle check. And the idiot could see it was down. It threw about that far. It was a long metal handle. And so for a long period of time, that aircraft, I'd drop it down, get it down, lock, check it, look down, and tap the top of it. Ritual complete. One day in traffic pattern on downwind, did the same thing. Turn-based, tower tab 50, turn-based with wheels, touch and go. Roger, check your wheels down, lock. I didn't have to look, I was good. I've been around a long time. Garage, down, lock. Now just the automatic spit it out ritual. As I made my turn and started my descent, bringing the power back, it was funny what God did that day. He gave me about a 40-knot headwind on base. I had to really bring the old power back. As I was bringing my flaps down, the warning horn came on also. Now, you know, only an idiot and fool would ever land with the warning horn on. God, it's dumb. Jeez, can't hear anything. Punch it off. About halfway through base, tower called some clown in the traffic pattern on how difficult it is to listen to tower when they're on Navy Common. Yeah. Turn it off, you betcha. Turn final. As I was turning final, it was funny what God did that day. He gave me about 40-knotter on base, and when I turned final, he gave me about a 60-knotter that day. Just turned it right around 90 degrees. Amazing how I can do those things. Power back past idle, coming down, still about 60 knots or 40 knots high, just barreling into the runway. Nothing making sense to me. About 400 feet from touchdown, 2 flares shot across my aircraft. That got my attention. My first reaction to that was one of total anger. Some jackass is clogging my runway. I can't get a touch and go, for crying out loud, and I needed it for currency. I was pissed. I really was. Slammed the throttle in, spooled the engine up about another hour. Reached down and I grabbed the gear and I broke those 2 knuckles right there. Position. Okay. And through the pain and agony, I realized that the warning airspeed was for me, the flares were for me. And what I'm trying to tell you is this, and we know this is a fact psychologically. Once you do a ritual and complete it as far as you're concerned, you can stand on top of a guy with a ball bat and beat him over the head and say, you ain't got it done. He'll say, yes, I do. Okay? So if you have rituals in an aircraft, make daggum sure you understand them and then try to... They are problem areas. That's why the checklist is there, to follow it completely. Okay? Speaking of rituals, you have them also at home. When you leave the house in the morning, that's a ritual. Bye, dear. I'll see you later. I'll be home tonight. And when you come home at night, same thing. Hi, dear, the hero is home. When's the last time you stuck your tongue in there and rooted around and see what she had for lunch? Give her a little thrill, you know. Woo! Let's go ahead. Give her some. That's a ritual. It's like when you got married, you said, I will love, honor, trust, and obey my wife until death do us part. I will kiss her goodbye in the morning, kiss when I come home at night. Check, got one of those done. Okay? So take a look at it. Take a look at it. It's something that you need to really be aware of. The need for male feedback. You love men more than you love women. And this includes the women that fly in this business. Who gives you your feelings about who you are in life? Who makes you feel important about who you are? Who gives you your pats on the back? Have you ever all thought about it? It's your peers. It's the guys around you. And if you accept a woman in this business, by the way, in the flying business especially, you accept her as a man, not as a woman. Oh, you talk about the bumps and all that crap, but you accept her because she has the same lifestyle as you. And she does the same way that you do. Okay? Does things. And so you get most of your positive feelings about the males around you. Now, I'm not going to walk up to him if he's my friend and say, hey, I really love you, you know, you're a neat guy. I'm not going to do that crap. What do we say to each other? Nice mission today. Good job. I really enjoyed myself doing that. Why don't we have a beer tonight? We had fun doing that, okay? Those are the things that we get our pats on the back about. That's what we live for all practical purposes. And that's why we always feel good about ourselves. And that's why we don't know things are crap in a bucket at home. Because we are feeling good about ourselves in this atmosphere that we're at right here, okay? Where does your spouse get all her positive strokes from? From you? Bullshit. Excuse me. That's where she's supposed to. I agree she should get some from you, okay, but you don't give them. Oh, by the way, I want to cover one other thing I forgot to mention. You get most of your positive strokes from the guys and from flying, for those of you that are flying. Do you all know, for the pilots and the navigators, etc. in here, crew members in here, I should say, you all know why you love to fly?
You come back.
Because you come back?
Accomplishment.
Accomplishment, okay, feedback. Let me explain to you why you love to fly. We talked to aviators for years saying, why do you like to fly? Well, I like to fly because I get feedback. I get a thrill. It's a lot of fun. Gee, there's some, golly, I don't know. And we sat down with this one old guy and we said, why do you like to fly? He said, I love to fly. We said, how long have you been flying? He said, 27 years. How many hours you got? 15,000. What are you going to do when you retire? Fly. We said, can you tell us why? This is the first guy of many that we talked to. Yep, no problem at all. Well, we got our books out. We want to write that down. We said, tell us why. He said, oh, it was simple. He said, it was June 22nd, 1976. I was in Okinawa. Oh, that's amazing. This guy could remember this, you know. He said, we were over there. He says, crew. He said, we're trying to take off. He said, it was early morning takeoff. Hot, sweaty, muggy, miserable, raining. And every time we tried to get airborne, he said, the airplane would break down. We're going, huh? This is exciting. Okay. And he said, about 5 minutes before I had to put my crew in crew rest, we cranked it on the runway, rolled the throttles into it. Boy, we took off. Climbed on out and ran to 35,000 feet, leveled off, brought the throttles back, trimmed them out a little bit, put the autopilot on. He said, sat back, kind of wiped the sweat off my brow. Okay. He said, about that time I looked out, he said, and the clouds broke over the ocean. And he said, the sun just came up over the horizon, and he said, the waves were very calm, and the rays came down over there and said, it was absolutely gorgeous. We're writing this down. We said, oh boy, this is wonderful. Go ahead. He said, what do you mean, go ahead? That's why I love to fly. And every once in a while, you guys are sitting in that cockpit doing all the trash that Uncle Sam tells you to do, and you look at it and say, hey, this neat shit. Oh, God, I love it. Back to work. Okay? And as long as you get that about once a month or once every other month, y'all are totally happy in this business, and we can give you the most crap in the world, and y'all will live with it because you want that. That's the positive strokes you want. Now let's go back to the woman, the spouse. Where does she get them from? Where do y'all think your wife gets a lot of her strokes from?
Girlfriends.
Girlfriends. Guess what your wife talks to the girlfriends about? You. You know what that miserable creep did last night? Okay? She doesn't get a lot of positive strokes from that, but she does get a lot of venom out. Where else can she get positive strokes from?
Your family.
Kids. Lovely. Wonderful. For those of you that believe that, I'd like you to do me a very special favor this summer. I want you to take 10 days of vacation. I want you to spend 10 days, 24 hours a day with your children. Well, let me throw a little caveat in there. Send the wife on the vacation because she's never been alone by herself. She's either been with you, the children, or her family. Let her have her own 10 days. You spend the 24 hours a day with your children. Okay? And come back to me and tell me what a great thrill that is to raise your children. To answer the 30,000 why questions, to wipe their snotty little nose, clean their rotten little butts, feed them 8 times a day, hassle them to get into bed, etc., etc., etc. After about 2 days, you'll be a glittering idiot. You ever notice why when